You guys can't hear me. Ah, my goodness. Today, this live is full of glitches. That's hilarious. Let's start over. Hi. Good morning. My name's Amy. I'm the host and creator of The Art of Imperfect Adulting. Today is February 19th, 2026. Let's start again. This is my Build in Public series. Let me tell you what I'm doing. So I launched this show, which is not a live streaming show, but I launched that in 2025. And in 2026, I'm doing this Build in Public series, which is where I pop in and share with you 3 things that I'm working on the days that I'm working. And so I've been doing this with semi-consistent regularity starting at the end of 2025. It's taken me a little bit of time to figure out how I wanted to incorporate it with the other things that are happening. Like, so today there's a show that is released, and I didn't know whether or not it made sense for me to come in and do like a behind the scenes thing with that every day. So let me just talk about that. Today, an episode released this morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. My guest on the show is a delightful person. Her name is Joanne Gates. She shares a story. She has a wonderful story about being a working mom in tech in Silicon Valley. And this is I do a lot of stories of choices and changes when it comes to professional experience, changing careers, changing education, feeling like you need to make a change because you start a family, all kind of things like that. Joanne's story is about working with being a mom and wanting to stay in the world of tech. And so that's a really, I think, valuable and helpful discussion for people who may be in that spot or may someday think they'll be in that spot. So tune in. You can find that here on YouTube, on the channel, or on all of the audio players. Thanks to Joanne for being my guest. At 11 o'clock, I'm doing a social for indie creators who are interested in lifting the voices of women creators. This is a new project I'm doing. If that represents you, let me know. I've been having conversations with creators for couple weeks now, lots more of those. I love it. It's a new project I'm doing. I'm very excited about it. I'm going to just throw something in there because as I have these conversations with people who are indie creators about being a creator and life as an indie creator and a woman, one of the things that's coming up is that people are like, oh, well, I'm in other communities and what is the value of this and why is it needed? And that's a really good question for me to think about and to have over and over again, because there are lots of great communities all around, business communities, podcast communities, creator communities, and does the world really need another one? Yesterday, I had a conversation with a very wonderful woman who was telling me about a community that she was a part of and all the visibility opportunities that she had in there. And I was reflecting on something that I just want to throw out there as a point of conversation. As long as I've been in media and communications, from when I was knee high to a grasshopper, there has been the concept of 2 things. You've got earned media, which is editorial coverage and PR type stuff, and then you've got purchased or paid for media, which is ads, right? Ads and promotion. And all in both of them, right? The quality and value to the person who is there depends on the quality and size of the audience that is represented, right? So the audience of The Art of Imperfect Adulting is small. It's a niche program. The audience is predominantly women interested in personal development, self-help, stuff like that. If you are doing something and your story gets picked up by Bloomberg News, that's a big deal. That has a lot of value. If your story gets picked up by me, it's a different story, right? It has a different value. Anyway, not to sell myself short, but in indie media today, there's an interesting thing that I've begun to see. I don't know if it's new, but I think it kind of is, which is paid visibility versus paid media, right? So these are groups and communities and channels and people, coaches, associations, promoters who are basically offering for sale a spot in their ecosystem. They promote like you can be a part of my collaborative book. I will put you in my magazine for a fee. You can be a part of my live event, or you can pay to be a part of my summit. You can be, and it was one of the flashier options. You can pay to be a guest on my show, my audio show. One of the flashier options is when they will say, "Hey, we'll help you produce a show of your own, which we'll distribute on our own TV channel." And these are distributed on OTT channels through things like Roku and stuff like that. They can come with really, really flashy, appealing looking audience size, like 60,000, people, potential audience, or 600,000. And it sounds really great, and it can be really great. But the thing is, the same rule applies, right, to the value of it. It all comes down to the size, the actual size, the verifiable size, and the quality of that audience. And with some of these things, that can be really hard to figure out if it's real or not. This is, in my opinion, definitely a spot where we have a buyer beware situation, because new creators, new podcasters, new YouTubers, new bloggers, if blogging is still a thing, new newsletters, new folks who are looking for visibility, they might find it very tempting to be included in some of these things, which is fine, right? And exciting, but it's only as valuable to you as the actual audience size, and so you got to be careful with that, right? I talked about this. I've been talking about this for a couple months, but today, different than 10 years ago in the audio podcasting space, there's a lot more companies who are selling things to indie creators. So we have become an attractive target market. There's good offers out there, to be sure, but it's definitely something to be aware of, because when you take an ad out, they share with you what their audience size is, and you should get results. So yesterday when I was talking to this person, and I was saying, well, that's really exciting and great. And through the conversation, it became clear that she had not had any response or visibility. And if you are distributed to a large audience, you should get a response. You should get some feedback back. You should know. It shouldn't be just like silence. Anyway, I'm on my tangent. So I've got that Creators Connection call. If that's you and you want to do that, come and see me about that. See me after class. And then the third thing I'm working on is editing. And honestly, I have some stuff happening in the homestead today, so I've got to get out of the way and let that happen. So that is what I've got on my to-do list today. I look forward to hearing what you're up to. Leave me a comment below. My name's Amy Stone. Time for me to get to work. Signing off. Oh, how do I turn it off from this new fun channel? There. Finish.